In today's video, you'll learn that people don't intend to neglect their feet. Sometimes they don't even realize their toenails are suffering until they begin to feel pain. Today I'm going to show you how accomplishing simple tasks at home on a regular basis can relieve the discomfort and improve the appearance of your toenails. So stay tuned.
But when we get out, we'll get out some of the buildup that's around the edges, and that'll make it more comfortable while they're growing out. Okay, straighten all the way out. I'm gonna put some callus remover on the bottom. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe and turn on your notifications in case you are chosen as the winner in the random comment game. Alright, bend your knee.
It's hard because I can't bend down like I used to, you know?
Because of your back.
Yeah.
Here I'm using the Meticulous Manicurist toenail nippers to trim the toenails. If you're wondering why I don't use toenail clippers, I do have a video for that. So you can look in my video list or search for why I don't use nail clippers.
Using my toenail nippers, I'm able to efficiently and effectively trim the toenails precisely, so I have very little filing or shaping to do when I'm finished removing the extra length.
He's a third son. He had to change some light bulbs for me up in the ceiling. I didn't want to get on a ladder.
Heck no.
And had to do something with my computer. So then I told John that he was coming over. He said, well, I'll bring Noah over. Little Noah, he's going to be 3 in April. God, he's something else.
So cute.
Oh, smart little thing. Animals, you know? And it's got some little plastic palm trees, and then it has a plastic thing that you unfold and put it flat, and it's got, that plastic has like a picture of like a river, you know, and rocks and stuff, so you can make like a little scene, you know. So he's never seen that before, so I got that out, and oh my gosh, he was in heaven. He picked up this one little dinosaur, and John said, Noah, what is that? Oh, that's a triceratops or whatever. I said, what? I looked at John and said, what the F? You know?
Smart little child.
And he knew the T-Rex, and he knew all that. I couldn't believe it. But he really likes that. So I think I'll go to Michael's. They have a lot of those little plastic figures, you know. I'll get a few more. Yeah, he's a smarty pants. But it's so cute, you know, and he's at the age now where like John will bring him in the house and set him on the floor, you know, and he'll just come running to me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Running to Grandma. But he's really tiny for his age. I think he's on a real low scale, you know.
Is his mom tiny?
Yeah, and her mother and her father are both tiny. Now, I don't know who Cassie's going to take. That's Cassie's going to be a year old in March 3rd, coming up.
People never really realize that the buildup that is impacted between their nail wall and under their toenails, just the slightest bit causes excess pressure. And when that material isn't removed and keeps building up, your toenails just feel tighter and tighter and tighter. So removing this is really very important.
Plays, and then Noah, he pushes her down. She takes one of his toys. He gets all that crap,
The sibling rivalry already starts.
Oh, yeah. Well, he goes to daycare, and I guess he has to fight for all the toys. And, he thinks he's still in daycare when he comes home.
Right.
It's time to thin out this nail. I always use the nail mycosis solution to prevent the dust from flying up into the air. Did you know that only 50% of discolored or thickened toenails actually have nail fungus? And from the looks of this toenail, it does not have nail fungus, but has been traumatized. The toe is longer than her big toe and clearly hits the end of her shoe, as you can see from the callus on the tip of her toe. When the body experiences trauma, it does actually try to protect itself by thickening that toenail. And I have an article all about this. I'll link in the description. It's contest time, and we have a goal, and we need your help. We need for you guys to click the share arrow and use the hashtag #PedicureCraze in a social media post so more people can find our channel. The YouTube algorithm is kind of crazy, and it isn't being very nice to us right now. And our goal is to really help as many people as we can, and I would love for more people to be able to find us with your help. And with just a couple of clicks from you, we could do that. Everyone who enters by using the hashtag #PedicureCraze will be entered into a drawing to win a $200 gift certificate to my online store when we hit our 500,000 subscriber goal.
And then his daughter called me, Julia, and she's going to be here with her boyfriend in June. End of June. Western.
Straighten all the way up.
Someplace in Western Michigan is a place called the Electric Forest.
Oh.
And they have concerts there, last for 3 days. People camp out and all that stuff.
Oh gosh.
So they're going there, and then they're going to drive and spend time with me. So we'll have to have a barbecue or something. Have everybody come over.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
You're probably wondering how in the world the skin comes off so easily off of her foot. I applied the callus remover to the bottom of her foot so it can penetrate into this excess non-living tissue while I worked on her toenails. It's had plenty of time to dissolve that cellular glue that holds that top layer of skin onto the foot, and using my Angel Foot File helps it exfoliate and roll that surface skin right off of her body.
They have somebody around this area that can come and look at this thing? No.
rest your leg.
Clients often like to try to help. They like to hold their leg up, but it actually makes the filing technique less effective because I'm trying to push up on the foot. I need the resistance of the weight of their leg to actually push into the file. And when they're raising their leg up, it removes that friction, and it takes a lot longer to file the skin off if their leg isn't relaxed.
You get some of the Fisher cream for your heels too.
Okay.
Just rest your leg. When I file it, if your weight's not on the file, it doesn't, it's not very effective.
Okay.
It's like I'm pushing on air. Okay, put that foot back in the water. And I'll take that foot.
My poor feet. When I was younger, that was the best part of my body. I had really pretty feet.
Aww.
Now this first toe next to the big toe got longer. And the other one did too. Yeah, I used to have a 8.5 AAA.
Oh my goodness. Narrow.
Yep, narrow and long. I started getting shoes.
Oh, I bet.
I want to share this comment from a viewer who is a podiatrist that supports the article I wrote a few years ago about nail discoloration and nail fungus. He left this comment around May 20th, year 2020. He says, I'm a podiatrist who mainly does foot and ankle surgery, but we also treat toenail fungus constantly. Current statistics show that only approximately 50% of discolored thick toenails are actually infected with fungus. The other 50% are thick and discolored due to repetitive micro trauma as our toes move and hit the tops of our shoes year after year. She is unlikely to catch fungus from a toenail because she is healthy for one, but fungus has to have a way to get into the nail, the same thing as an infected wound or cut. There is bacteria on our skin, but we don't get sick from it because there is no open wound for it to infect. Same thing with toenails. There is repeat micro trauma, most often to the big toes because they hit our shoes over and over inside the shoes while running or walking, or we drop something on the big toe and the nails turn black or falls off. Or we do constant sports or ballet where the toenails are under great pressure, and ultimately the microtrauma creates an unstableness of the toenail in the nail matrix area, which is located at the base of the nail under the skin of the proximal cuticle, not the cuticle on the sides. The nail matrix is responsible for having cells present that party hard and spit out a toenail, so it is how our toenails grow and get long. But since it was disrupted by our activity and shoes or accidents, the fungus all around us on floors, outdoors, etc. now has a place to crawl into and breed. And those cells that party are now partying with fungus too. So the nail that grows out is full of fungus or is just uneven and damaged because the matrix is damaged. We see a lot of men who wear steel toe boots to work for 10 years and their big toenails are yellow and crumbling. Believe it or not, we usually take a nail sample and send it out to a foot and ankle pathology laboratory to rule out fungus, yeast, and even things such as melanoma of the toenail. If the culture of the toenail comes back as fungus, the report specifies the genus and species most of the time so that we can gear the treatment with a topical or oral medication that the fungus is susceptible to. Lori has healthy hands, no loose fingernails or cuts, and she is unlikely to get a fungus on her fingernails. Just remember, our feet are the garbage cans of our body that they use and abuse, and problems develop because they support our body weight and activity and shoe wear. We don't walk on our hands. Our hands are not having constant pressure and friction, and we don't wear leather boots or high heels on our hands. In my clinical office or seeing patients in the hospital, I always wear gloves because it is, first of all, hospital protocol, but also I am usually seeing the patient for something much worse than discolored toenails. In a pedicure setting, it would be up to the person doing the pedicure as to whether they wish to wear gloves or not, and I am sure that if a patient felt more comfortable with her wearing gloves during their pedicure, she would. Don't panic and jump to conclusions, guys. When it comes to the health and well-being of all of our body parts, there is usually an explanation as to why a nurse, doctor, esthetician, surgeon, etc. chooses to perform their job. Hairdressers don't wear gloves, and they touch hair that is greasy, could have lice, dandruff, or even fungus. Yes, scalps can get fungus. So think before you assume. Thank you, viewer SS84SS, for that enlightening comment. I appreciate it very much. And as you can see, guys, she does have trauma even on the base of this big toenail because her toes are hitting the ends of her shoes. Now, nail fungus does also cause dehydration, and you can see those nice long lines in the center of her toenail. It's from her toenail squeezing tight because of the dehydration. And in a few weeks after she starts using this product at home, her toenails did get measurably better. And because of this lockdown, I haven't been able to see her, but she's texted me and let me know how well they are doing and happy she is about her toenail situation. If you would like to know all of the information that you'll ever need to know and the steps to take to reverse the situation, the course that correlates with a situation like this is my customized pedicure course on my new Global Meticulous Manicurist online training center that is available worldwide. There is special pricing for kits when you purchase a course as well, so please visit academy.themeticulousmanicurist.com. I can't believe it took me halfway through editing this video that I only have nail polish on one hand. That's pretty hilarious. But if you're wondering what color I am wearing on my left hand, it is from my nail polish line, the Meticulous Manicurist brand, and it's called Boss Lady Burgundy.
How long has it been like this?
About a month. And I've been, putting stuff on it, but it just doesn't help.
Alright, let's straighten all the way out. What size shoe do you wear?
9,
Now you
medium.
wear a 9? Did they grow after each child?
Oh, yes. It's like walking on the beach. When we were walking on the beach, you know, when you get back, your bottom of your feet are all nice and smooth.
Okay, that can go back in the water. You can put it back in the water. I'm gonna rinse your legs off before we pull them back out.
If I could give you one piece of advice, the best thing to do for your toes at home while you're saving to purchase my pedicure kit is to rub your toes with a towel after you get out of the shower. And if you can't reach your toes, then throw the towel on the floor and rub the tips of your toe against the towel. That friction will help rub off a lot of that buildup and release the pressure caused from all of that excess skin.
Real big apartment buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Right on the beach, and we went there. Another friend of mine and I went there. It was pretty, but you know, I like to walk on the beach.
Yeah.
Feel my toes in the sand. Couldn't do it there. And you couldn't see it until you stepped on it.
Oh, really?
Because it's all full of sand, you know.
Blended. Well, the sand stuck to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know why it was just there. At one time we went to Ocean City, Maryland, and we never had a problem with it there. I don't know why.
You know, this little mini buffer block is the most simple tool and also the most necessary tool, especially when doing a service like this, to remove any of the little bits and pieces left around the nail plate that are just too hard to get off with any other piece of equipment.
Restaurants and activities for kids, and they had a carnival at the end of the pier. It's really nice.
Wow.
I mean, back then you could let your kids roam, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, oh my God. Yeah, we used to sit on the beach, and then they'd say, "Well, we're gonna go over here and go over there." I said, "Okay." Come back and, you know, certain time, because we're gonna be coming looking for you. And one morning I got up. It was early, and I just couldn't sleep, so I got up, and then Joey, the oldest one, the one in Colorado, was up too. And I said, "Come on, let's take a walk on the beach." So we're walking, and here we found a shark, a little shark. It was a baby. It was about this
Oh my
big.
gosh.
And he's laying there on the beach.
Was it alive?
Yeah, barely. And I told him, I said, "Well, pick it up and walk it in the water. Get the gills moving, you know." So he walked around with it under the water, holding it. And in about 5 minutes, I really didn't take the time to, see how long
Right,
it took.
time it, yeah.
But all of a sudden, it came back, and it
You
took
saved
off.
its life.
Yeah, probably grew up and ate somebody. Who knows? If it was me, I hope I would remember that, at least I helped her.
Right.
Oh, God.
Fish are friends, not
Yeah.
food.
lot of times birds would fly into my bay window, and if I heard them, I run out there and pick them up, and their little necks are flopping, you know, so they can't breathe. So I just hold them with their neck straight, hold them upside down with their neck straight, and in a few minutes they come back.
Really?
Yeah. If you don't do that, well, then they can't breathe. But you got to get it right away when it happens. Sometimes they hit it so hard that there's nothing you can do, but once in a while, they'll come back. Lori, you're gonna put me to sleep.
You look pretty relaxed.
I am. You're just gonna put me to sleep, I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna lift up your heel, just rest your leg all the way, right in my hand. Yeah.
I have a new product as an alternative to the carbide bits for the heels. This is a pink sanding cap in the rubber mandrel to fit, and you'll find that on my online store.
I finally took my Christmas tree down.
Did you? You decided not to do the Valentine's Day idea?
I know, I didn't want to do it.
The before and after pictures are coming right up, but I want you to please stay safe and stay well. I appreciate you all for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications.
many times a day do I have to put that stuff on my toe?
Just 1 drop twice a day.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to visit my channel. People like you are the reason for my success, and I appreciate it so much. But remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for all the latest videos. Remember, it is free, and I'll see you next time.